Right, hi, I just recorded a video, but then it turned out it was too big for YouTube to upload because I just rambled in it for ages and ages. And because I'm so dedicated, and because I like talking at myself so much, I'm going to have to do another one. Thing is, because I talked about Reen, and then I went on about completely stupid stuff that I didn't need to talk about. So I just need to talk about Reen and it should be fine. So Reen, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but Reen has kind of been coming into my post lately a bit more. And I thought maybe I should just tell you guys about her and what happened because, you know, pretty clueless and stuff, you know. So Reen was the first friend I made when I came to the sixth form of South Wilts, and she quickly turned into my best friend, and she lived down the road from me, like, you know, a few roads away, so we used to walk to school together and walk home together, and she was in my form, which is like, you know, your tutor group, so that helped as well. But then after a while it emerged that she liked me more than a friend, and I didn't really know how I felt. So I kind of thought, well, I'll just give it a go, and fell into this relationship with her. Which lasted, you know, a couple of months, which is pretty good for me, I have to say, because I'm not the best at keeping these sort of things up. And then it just kind of stopped because I went into it for the wrong reasons, and, you know, she played her part as well, but it was mostly my fault, I guess, and, you know, she blamed me for it, which may or may not have been reasonable, but, you know, I didn't really see her side of the argument and just got cross at her. So we fell out and went from being best friends to girlfriends to, you know, nothing at all. We stopped talking and stuff, which is pretty lame. You know, I really missed her, and then I got over it, and it was just like nothing had happened, really. Yeah, and then a couple of weeks, I mean, we started talking gradually, as in we'd walk past each other at school and wouldn't stare at the ground, you know, we'd, you know, make eye contact and say hi. Yeah, but then a couple of weeks ago we got a bit more friendly randomly, as in we bumped into each other walking home from school and, you know, finished the walk together, and then the next day she asked, are you walking home? I said yes, so we did. You know, that became a regular thing. And then this morning she knocked for me to walk to school for the first time in a million months, which I wasn't sure if I was pleased about or not, but then I came to the decision that I was quite pleased because it was quite nice, and yeah, it was nice, and we had stuff, you know, it wasn't like an awkward silence or anything. So I don't really know what's going on with us because I don't know, it kind of feels the way that it did, but, you know, during the prelude to us going out. It's kind of that sort of, not atmosphere, because that suggests some sort of like sexual tension, or maybe that's it, I don't know, but it's really bizarre, the kind of thing that we have going on between us in terms of just the way we interact and talk to each other, and, you know, mannerisms. I don't know how to describe it. I guess if you know, if you were with us, maybe you'd be able to tell. Maybe it's just me speaking as someone who's, you know, been in a relationship with her and knows her. So yeah, so I guess that's kind of important. But it's funny because I'm like, well, we both are sort of known in our year for being, you know, Reen and Nancy, who are best friends and then went out, so I'm known as some sort of raving lesbian who sleeps with her friends, I think. You know, which, well, I don't really mind, I mean, whatever, but it's a bit weird because I've never really been able to shake that. And now that we've, you know, we're seen walking around together now, we get quite a lot of strange looks, I think. Because when we went out, it was quite a big deal, which I actually hadn't anticipated, because one of my close friends at the time, Antonella, was having a gay relationship, and they got together during like year 11, which is the year before the year I joined South Wilts. And so I kind of figured that people would just, you know, they got over Ant and Jess, so they were kind of not desensitized to gay relationships, but they weren't as bothered by them because they'd had one, you know, with their friends. But, well, obviously, you know, it's different. Two people having it's a different situation, so I suppose I was rather naive to think that. So yeah, so we got talked about a lot, and I don't think in a bad way, just in a kind of gossipy, you know, have you heard way, I'd like to think anyway, I suppose. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening with that, though I guess I've already said that. Also, the other thing that I should say before I turn the camera off is the community I talked about in my previous post in relation to Darcy is called Embodiment. I'll post a link to it under this video. It's not a high level of commitment needed to do it. You just go and join and write a paragraph introducing yourself and say, you know, I'll be starting a journal from start of 2007 onwards, and that's all there is to it. And you know, it's not like you have to write pages and pages every day in your journal, like your writing journal. You just, it can be a sentence or a picture or whatever, you know, or you know, if you miss a day, I'm not going to hunt you down. So yeah, so I really recommend that people join that because I think it's really cool. And yes it is. Okay, so that's all there is to it from me, and I apologise for another video post because this one's less entertaining than the last one, because it was kind of like one of those quizzes, or no, like one of those cool games where you kind of win a prize or something if your name's called out by me. How exciting is that, right? So yeah, but I should make an interesting one. And also the prizes, like pretty much everyone wrote PS 89 after their comments. I don't know whether the later people kind of clicked onto that and didn't actually, well, whatever. So I've got to think of a prize. I'd appreciate suggestions because I foolishly said I'll give you all a prize and then didn't actually kind of follow through what I would actually give you guys. It kind of has to be cheap, i.e. free, and relatively easy. Like I don't know, but suggestions would be pretty cool, as I'm not very good at that sort of thing. So yeah, I guess that's it. And I will well, I won't see you. Well, I might do. That would be weird. I'll read you soon. Bye.